We're about to meet a group of students who are on a mission to green up their school, and they got their inspiration from a place far from home, where they learned about the dangers of plastic.
What is plastic?
This isn't your usual class lecture. These teachers are actually students. They're members of the Environmental Science Academy at Oakland High School in Northern California.
It's very fun. You learn about all sorts of things, everything about the environment. You go to the lake and study about the water.
Each week we do tests in the lake to make sure that the water is clean for the fish and the organisms.
Today, they're taking what they've learned and passing it on. And they've got a big message for their classmates, and that's to kick plastics to the curb.
A lot of people don't know about them. They think you just throw them away and they get recycled. So we just want to bring more awareness to that.
These students didn't know how bad plastics were for the environment either, until a trip to Costa Rica opened their eyes.
We learned a lot about the environment, how our actions, plastic and stuff affects it.
10 students got the chance to head south, thanks to the AFAR Foundation and its partnership with the nonprofit organization Global Explorers. Laura Levinson is with AFAR.
We believe in the power of travel, so we wanted to extend that to the Learning AFAR program to send kids that would never normally be able to travel abroad on an educational trip.
It's a trip these guys won't forget. Can you tell me a little bit about what you saw there?
Oh, we saw tons of things. We got to see iguanas and turtles laying eggs. They were huge and beautiful, and it was nice. It was fun. All types of insects, which I wasn't too fond of, but it was wonderful out there. It was kind of breathtaking. It was nice, though.
But not everything they saw made for a pretty picture. They found trash littering the beaches and a lot of plastic. What did you learn about plastic out there?
We learned that it's forever, sadly, but it's forever. We saw little pieces of plastic that you don't know where they came from, and yeah, we learned a lot about the pollution that washed up on the beaches and things like that.
The tiniest pieces are called nurdles.
It's before plastic is made, it's pre-plastic. And those really have a big effect on the Costa Rican animals because they mistake them as fish eggs.
And then when they eat it, it doesn't digest or anything, so it just stays there. And then when it affects them, it affects us because we eat them too.
Animals consume them, they're forever, they don't break up. And it's our job to basically just prevent these animals from getting harmed by these plastics.
That job starts back at home, and these guys didn't waste any time springing into action. Besides giving presentations, they've re-energized their school's recycling program and launched a campaign to stop using plasticware and styrofoam on campus.
We started an event, it's called BYOFP, which is Bring Your Own Fork and Plate, where we basically promote the not using plastic and styrofoam for school lunches.
It's about minimizing the unnecessary plastics and trash that people use every day for no reason. When you can bring your own plate, bring your own Tupperware.
They're not just keeping it inside the classroom, they're also taking action out here, cleaning up their community one scoop at a time. They're scooping up trash at a lake near their school. It ends up here after being carried through storm drains.
Storm drains are like horrible portals. They convert litter on the street to water pollution.
If it's not cleaned up, the next stop would be the ocean. Dr. Richard Bailey heads up the Lake Merritt Institute.
The United Nations estimates there are 46,000 pieces of plastic for every square mile of ocean. And 80% of it comes from the land. It washes in just like this. This is a tiny, small part of what's going on in every city around the world.
Not something anyone out here wants to see.
Right now we're trying to have our goal is to clean the lake and trying to preserve and make it better.
The environment this is basically, we live in it. So it's really important that we take care of what we live in.
So from spending their afternoon fishing out plastic, to encouraging their school to green up, and teaching classmates about the dangers of plastic pollution, these ESA students want to do their part to protect the marine ecosystem.
They've just blown me away with how they've implemented stuff that they've learned directly from the trip. They're talking to their peers about it, they're talking to their families about it. They're really trying to put everything that they learned into action at home. And it's been great to see them spread the word about the lessons that they've learned.
Sooner or later, our kids, our grandkids, whatever, they're gonna be here. And if the fish aren't here, we're not going to be here, period, because we eat fish and it just messes up the food chain. And if there's no food chain, there's no life.
In the beginning, I really didn't care, to be honest. I just didn't value the environment. But this trip definitely changed the way I saw things. It definitely got me thinking that the environment is really important, that these animals, they deserve to live. And it's definitely had a really big impact on me. It definitely changed the way I saw things.
Now this crew hopes they can help change others too.